Hello everybody, I am super excited to present this video. This video is just a short video for people who are going through High Performance Masters program with Brendon Burchard. And I'm doing this as part of gearing up to become a certified high performance coach. So I'm uploading this video, anybody can see it, you can benefit from it. But what we were asked to do in this video is to identify what is necessary, what are the key components, what must we cultivate in order to achieve high performance. Now I know we got a chalkboard in the back, it's written backwards, but this right here says high performance. And what high performance means is that you are able to create and sustain success at high levels over the long term while maintaining a high level of positive well-being in relationships. So this isn't you have amazing success at work, but then you go home and you're miserable. This is you have consistent success above and beyond your peers at a high level over time, right? But also you have thriving personal relationships. You have an incredible amount of personal well-being. You're happy, you're joyful, at least on average throughout your life. Of course you're going to have lows. Of course there's going to be difficult times. And of course when you get hit with the aspects of humanity that are meant to cause us a pause or give us a more prolonged period of sadness or grief. Maybe you lose someone, that's important to you. Maybe you do have a failure because you tried your best, but it was a really difficult task. You're still going to have that period of time where you really do feel a little bit more of a prolonged negative emotion, sometimes deep. And I'll be honest, in my philosophy of life, that is just what it means to be human, to have that experience. That's a part of the human experience, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But on average, you shouldn't be contending with that too often. You should, over the life course, have a lot more joy, a lot more positivity. And I want to make one more point about high performance that I think is critical. And it's the big misstep that leads people so far astray, and it drives me absolutely insane, which is that you must suffer or bear unbelievably difficult times in life constantly. Every single day you need a 15-minute cold shower. You got to work out until you can't possibly get up in the morning. You got to work constantly day in and day out. That's bullshit. Okay, that is not what it takes to sustain high performance. In fact, for a lot of people, that will just destroy your performance over time. It'll make you miserable. Happy people have more energy. They get more work done. So it needs to be a part of the equation. So what am I going to give you today? Well, in the program I'm working through, we get a lot of information about how to become a high performer. And if you're interested in that, I highly suggest you go look up Brendon Burchard and you dive into his entire world. I've been in that world since 2014. And I've been studying high performance under his framework, not with him, but under that framework that I've gotten from the resources he puts out since 2017. And it's been unbelievably amazing in my life. It's helped me go on to be working on a PhD. I'm almost finished with the PhD in social psychology. I am working towards becoming a certified high performance coach so I can get better at helping people do this. And I can honestly say the reason I've been able to do that, especially simultaneously, is because I've cultivated these practices. But I gotta tell you, from my experience, what's one thing that I think you could do to really propel yourself towards this? And I'm gonna argue this is radical because a lot of people, you're gonna hear what I have to say, and there's two ways to take it. There's a surface level way to take it, and everybody will agree with it. You say, that's really good. I like that. Of course we should do that. The world will be a better place. But then the second way to take it, the more elaborative way to take it, to really think deeply about what I'm about to say and what I mean here. That's going to take some work, and if you really try to cultivate what I'm going to tell you, it's actually going to create a lot of impetus for growth. There's going to be challenges in the way of cultivating the skill. I actually argue it's the one skill that you need to cultivate. In fact, I'm going to argue that this skill has been taught for centuries, all the way into ancient times. In fact, you might even find this as a theme in a lot of religions, and that is the skill of, and it's backwards, but that skill is love. And the reason why, and if you add an E to the other side of love, right, looks a little bit better, you get evolution, evolve. And I think that's extremely powerful. Because the skill of love on the surface, you say, love thy neighbor. You say, love people in your life, and that will be good and that will be helpful. And I agree. I understand it. Absolutely, that sounds amazing. It's virtuous. But what it really means to love people deeply, and I mean every person, I mean even loving, when they say love thy enemy, right? I mean down to the core, to love them, to understand and connect with the fact that within every single person, there's an aspect of human dignity. Even animals, there's an aspect intrinsic to their being that is their dignity. Now, I'm sure you don't walk around and see your cat and say, oh, excellent dignity. You're not thinking about that constantly every day. But the more that you recognize that that's a feature of everyone around you, maybe even plants around you, God, you could get really intimate with what it means to be connected in this world. And you could even say that there's dignity in the raw atoms inside this chalkboard. And I know that might sound crazy, but I know people who are able to do this, and it's powerful. But to love means that we have to get on the other side of fear. To love people, we have to face rejection. We have to face the fact that we might love them, but they might not love us back. They might not have that skill, or they might not choose to use it towards us. And the question is, why would I love them if they don't love me? They could hurt me. They won't hurt you. Because with greater love and respect for the human dignity, you're going to be able to pour into them and treat them in a way that's going to help them love you, cultivate that skill. Or you're going to notice if people are treating you in a way that will not serve you, that is hurting you, that is diminishing your well-being. And so from a place of love, it's actually easier to step out of the drama. It's actually easier to step away from those, what people often call toxic relationships, or to stay away from places where, the skill of love has not been cultivated well enough yet, that it actually is in a place of darkness. And if you have this skill built well, you might be able to step in there and add a little bit of light. And if you don't have this skill built, or not for that particular situation, you might be able to say, not yet. Okay, this is not time for me to step in that situation. But I want to recenter us, that high performance. And I mean this at work. Your ability to connect and actually serve at work and actually pour yourself into your work. I'm here on a Saturday in one of the buildings of my office, in my building, at the psychology department where I am. And I am pouring myself into building these skills from a place of love and joy. I have another student of mine who's going to join me today, and we're going to work together. And we're going to build meaningful relationship. And we're going to progress things that we care about. And all part of that is how I connect to high performance. It's how we become more successful, but we have well-being and relationship built into it. It's because we genuinely love each other. And that is what I would argue for you guys. I would say that cultivating this skill deeply, understanding that this isn't just a surface level ideal or virtue, that this is actually a deep practice that you should cultivate. That is the quickest pathway and a necessary pathway to the highest levels of performance in life. Now, I'll share more about this. You'll be seeing more videos pop up on this YouTube channel, but this is just part of a program that I'm working. I hope that this served you. If it did, feel free, like, subscribe, share this along the way, and buckle up, because we're moving each other forward to a greater level of high performance in life. And as always, I love you.